Hi, come on in. Come on, get in here. Come on in. It's a cool Alabama afternoon. We're in the upper 40s, low 50s. Only got about an inch of snow on Tuesday, which any of you who follow me on Facebook know that it was still a flip-flop day for me. So anyway, hi, welcome back. Come on in and set a spell with me. Those of you that are new, you have just entered Connie's little corner. And of late these days, it's been in front of either this fireplace or another fireplace in the house where I'm temporarily staying. So today I have a bunch of Temu for you, and I have some serious updates on the tiny home. I went down there to the builders Thursday. I don't even know what day this is showing up, but Thursday of this week I went down, did a complete walkthrough, videotaped everything, asked all my questions, got more information, and I'm going to share all that with you after we do Temu, okay? So for those of you that are new, you can use my code, which I'll put up here somewhere, AFC 95851. That will get you 30% off your first order and a $100 coupon bundle for future purchases. My link will be down below where you can download the Temu app. Temu's been around for a little over 2 years. It was 2 years in September. They're still going strong. No, I've been asked, and I'm going to tell you no right off the bat. I do not know how any pending embargoes are going to affect Temu. So we're all in the same boat, so to speak. We're all going to have to wait and see what happens to the cost of our items, because a lot of them do come in from overseas. They come in from China and the Philippines, and yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Okay, so let's get into some Temu stuff. Yes, I've got my hair in an up ponytail today, so I'm kind of like half up, half down, no hat, on the floor, kind of comfy. Shall we get started? Alarm clock. And hopefully you're seeing these words in the right direction, because I did test it before I started this video and everything showed up the right way. So we'll see. This is a little lantern alarm clock. And I will tell you right off the bat, I got a refund for it. I tried 8 different batteries and it would not work. But it's the cutest little thing. I may reorder it because, this one's a flaw. But it is all plastic. It's approximately 8 inches tall. And it is an actual alarm clock. On the back, on the inside, which you can't see because it's too dark, it does have controls. There you go. It has controls for the alarm. It has controls for the clock. It has an on-off switch for the clock. And it takes one AA battery. 8 different batteries, and I couldn't get this poor thing to work. And it's kind of cute. I was going to hang it on my front porch so that I would have a clock out there that was kind of weather resistant, being as it's plastic. I didn't have to worry about it rusting or anything. So again, I may reorder it. I may change my mind, order another one. But very lightweight. It comes with the hanger, easy to set. It's even with my long nails, well, they're not really long, but medium long, I was able to get into the buttons on the inside and set this. So I'm a little disappointed it didn't work, because I really do like it. Anything that comes with batteries, though, is very questionable. But there you go. This had a value of $5.59. Yeah. Temu told me I could keep it. Okay, now, y'all remember I had gotten the doorbell that was a video doorbell, and it wouldn't work with my system because I have a 5G system in the house. So I ordered a replacement bell, and this is what I ordered. It's 3 pieces. It actually comes with one main power unit, so to speak, the sender or the receiver, and then it comes with these 2 actual doorbells. So one for the front door, one for the back door. I'm going to pull it out and show you, but I made a little video. This plugs in somewhere in your house, and in my house it's going to plug in probably on one of the living room walls, maybe hide it behind the sofa or hide it behind the desk in the plug in that wall, but it'll be somewhere in that part of the house. And then it has 2, not 1, but 2 doorbell units. Let me pull this out just so that you can see. And it does come with the adhesive for these smaller units. Everything's included. You know me, I also have a lot of the good sticky tape. So these 2 units will both connect to that receiver, or it's a receiver or send it. It's the main brain. They'll connect to the brain. And I plan on putting one of these right by the front door, and I plan on putting one of these right by the screen door outside, because it's my intent, of course, at certain times of the day or if I'm away, my screen door is going to be locked. So nobody can get in the porch to ring the front bell. So this will have its own ringtone, and this will have its own ringtone. And I did a little video, and I'm going to put that up here for you so that you can actually see how this works and you can hear it. So check this out. All right, so here's the doorbell set. This is the power bell. This is not what they ring. This one will plug in inside the house. It has a volume setting and a ring setting on the side. It will play different rings. Let's see if we can hear it. It's not going to hear it until I press the doorbell. So I'm going to plug this in, and then each of these bells this is what you would put by your doors: front door, back door, screen door, front door. And when these push, they have different rings so that you know which door somebody is at. So let's plug this in down here. It should, okay, there's the initial ring. Now I should be able to change the rings. Oh, it's got Christmas rings. Holy cow. Okay, so I'm going to leave that as the first ring. I'm going to just grab one of these guys, and we're going to push the bell. That one rang that way. Let's see what this second one rings. So this one just has a basic ring. And this one rings double. Very cool. All right, I'm going to unplug it, and let's get back to more Temu. Pretty cool, huh? I like it. I'm very happy with it. I like that it even has an option for a Christmas bell in there. So when you choose any one of those ringtones, it's going to automatically give you a mirror image with a little adjustment for the second bell. So you heard how I chose just a single tone for the primary bell, and it automatically gave me a double signal for the second one. So when you choose a setting that's, say it's the Christmas sound, it will give you a different Christmas song as the second bell. So you always know who's ringing what door. And I love that. The price on this was $10.30 prior to any price adjustments that I may have gotten. So technically, 2 doorbells, lots of choices, no batteries. Love that part about it, right? That's always good. All right, more Temu. $5.36. I will unwrap this for you, and then I'll probably wrap it right back up, because I'm not going to start using it here. Most of the things that you see me getting, you know, are going for my tiny home. They're not for use currently. This is a nice long-handled bamboo back brush. Really soft. Look at this. Really soft. I don't want to say they're soft as pliability. They have a little bit of roughness to it, obviously, for exfoliating your skin. Make a great back scratcher too when you're in the shower, but a good scrub brush, not harsh though. It's not harsh. It does, if I do it on the gentlest part of my skin, it's not harsh. Nice, beautiful bamboo. Little bit of curve right here where you would put your hand. Can you see the curve? So it makes it easy for gripping. It's almost like a finger grip. and a nice cord for hanging, which of course it will hang in my shower. Wait till you see the start of my shower. It's already in the process of being built. You'll see that at the end today. So excellent little product. They have lots of choices for these. I did not want one. I didn't want one that separates and can come off and be like a hand loofah or a hand scrubber. I just wanted a basic back brush. I can't bend and twist the way I used to. Well, I can if I'm dancing, but in the shower, no. Okay, onwards. Got a fair amount of Temu stuff today. This is a spongy bottle brush. This was $1.39. This is a repurchase, as is the back brush. I had the back brush too when I was in Arizona, and I tossed it. I didn't travel with it. This I left for the new homeowner, but this has a replaceable head. It's got the little button here where you can eject the head in case you want to remove it or need to remove it and change it. It's got nice texture to grab it. I don't know if you can see like that diamond texture on it. It's a soft spongy thing, and it's spongy on the end too for quite a bit before it gets to the bottom of the glass, so probably a good ½ an inch. But I love these for getting down into narrow glasses, cleaning out my jars. I always clean out my jars before I recycle them. I just don't like stuff going in the trash smelling. So even here in Alabama, they do not recycle, which I really wish they would have a recycling program, but they don't. All the trash goes in just one big bin. But I'm still going to continue to clean out because I just don't want the bins to smell. I don't want the bins in my house or outside my house to smell and attract any animals. I'm going to be in a rural setting, and I don't want to be attracting raccoons and skunks and everything else. Okay, where is it? Here it is. This, let me show you. I have two things in here that don't have anything in them because I'm using them. But we'll show you the first one. Okay. $2.53. As you can tell, this is the foam that was in my cell phone case that I ordered. So I can throw that out now because I don't need that. But this is the case. Absolutely beautiful. And I know it looks kind of bluish, but it is actually like a teal green. Now, I have an A54 model. They sent me this saying it was an A54, but this actually isn't. This is for an A52. When I looked at the packaging, they sent me the wrong one. So they did refund me, and I ordered a new one. Not the same though, because I found other ones, but this was really, really nice. It did not come with the ring holder. I did put the ring holder on it. But here's the thing. The holes on here don't exactly line up on the camera, but the camera does fit in this case. So temporarily I have been using this on my phone to hold it, which is why I put the ring on it. And the ring is very nice. It's just a simple ring with a little bit of glitter, faux crystals in the ring itself. But that's really, really nice. I'll get you the price on the ring when I get to that empty package. But loving it so far. So far, absolutely happy with it. Other than it doesn't fit properly. Makes it a little hard to push the side button sometimes. The power button is actually lower than what's on the case, and the volume button is in between the power button and the button. You know what? You adapt, right? $7.46. This is a tealish green, bluish green. This is a 20-foot tie-out lead for Levi. When we get, and this is rated for 150 pounds, 125 pounds. And being as he's 60 pounds, I think it'll hold him. Even though he does have the strength to pull like a 225-pound man, this is going to be his tie-out because it's going to be several months before I can actually get the fencing built around the property. I have my, what I call my poop list, and don't laugh, P-O-O-P. Priority Order of Projects. That's what it stands for, P-O-O-P. So my priorities obviously are to get my house delivered, get all my utilities connected, get my shed built, which my shed's already been paid for. My shed will be built even before I move into the house. Get my staircases done, which I was just in communication with the handyman at the site who's going to be building me the 2 sets of steps for my front door and my back door. So those are high on the priority list. The next thing on the priority list is to get the carport put in and to get the house skirted before winter. So those are the priorities. That's the order of the priorities so far. Fencing is lower on the list. When I first move into the house, the first thing I have to do is I have to finish the closet and get that closet, California closet, set up, put in the house, or I'll be living out of bins with my clothes until I do, right? So I've got to get that done before I even go on to finishing walls and things like that in the house. So got my priorities. I love Levi, so it's a priority to keep him safe, a 20-foot lead, and I already have a 10-foot lead, so if need be, I can connect them. Give him a full 30 feet of range so he can wander freely out the back of the house, but yet not wander away. So love these leads. These are steel cables that are coated, and this is heavy. It's got a nice big heavy clasp. If you can see, it's got a dial type clasp so that you screw it to lock it closed and you unscrew it to open it. That way they can't slip it. Love that, right? Comes in a lot of different colors. I just picked a basic one that would stand out on the ground. I could have gotten a green one, a green one, but it would have blended in with the grass. Might not see it laying around. Somebody might mow over it when the maintenance crew comes around. So I got a blue one. Coffee flavored, or coffee scented, I should say, incense. This was $2.95. Did I give you the price on this thing? This was $7.46 for the cable. All the prices and the links are going to be down below. And keep in mind the prices I pay, whether I use credits or cash, was at the time that I placed the order. That was the value. So this was $2.95. Again, not counting any price adjustments. These are coffee scented, and when I pulled them out, the very first thing I noticed is that it smells like a pot of coffee that's brewing. You know how when you get up in the morning, if you're a coffee drinker, and that pot first goes on? That's exactly what it smells like. And they're black. They're not, I thought they'd be dark brown, but they're actually black. I don't know how many is in here. 20 sticks. It says there's 20 sticks. Each stick will burn for at least an hour. But that's exactly what it smells like. It smells like when you first open that can of coffee. You hear, if you have a metal can, which most of them don't have metal tops anymore, they all have those seal tops. But when you break that seal and that smell of that coffee comes out, that's what this smells like. So I can't wait to be using this. I love all the different scents that I have been able to find. Very, very happy with all those, and very happy with the prices. I'm not someone who's going to burn incense on a regular basis, but while I'm working in the house, the smell of incense can be very relaxing. It's aromatherapy, right? And while I'm working around the house and unpacking and the stress of doing all that kind of stuff, I think it's going to be important for me to have that going. Okay, $2.09. This is a double-sided scraper, and I will open it. The scraper itself comes with extras. You get extra sharp blades, and you get the extra non-sharp plastic blades. So this is two-sided. All right. I need the scraper to open the scraper. Oh my gosh. Okay. Each end is capped. You've got your little adjusters here, but when you remove the caps, on one end you've got your sharp regular blade, and on the other end you've got your still not super sharp, but not a damaging blade, a plastic blade. So I love that. And these dials are where you would turn it to either tighten the blade in place or remove the blade. I love that they have caps. And on the ends, let's see, does it say? No, it just says sharp blade inside. But what it shows you here in the middle, you see how this is orange here, and then right here, this side is black? The black one is, oddly enough, is the orange blade, but I'm going to switch it around so that it's the metal blade. And the orange side over here is what has the metal blade. So I will be switching the blades around, and that's a good thing you can do so that you know which end you're opening. Black for blade, orange for orange, right? Kind of makes sense, right? And it does come with 12 blades, 6 of each, in addition to the ones that are already in here. So you've actually got 7 blades. I won't be having to get blades for a while. I've seen a lot of other haulers get these, and I've heard from a lot of you guys that this was great and a handy tool. I didn't have one for general household use. I just had the construction one. So this is going to be my scraper for general household use. Okay, what else is in the bag? There's more. All right, $1.13. This is the ring that was on the back. And as you can see, the ring is transparent. And it does have the gemstones, the little crystals going around the ring to give it a little bit of bling. But I wanted the clear so that it doesn't interfere or block the beauty of the back of the case. But that was $1.13. Just so you know. Okay, $2.41. Now, I have a lot of things that are going to need to be hinged, so to speak. And I needed to make sure that I had the hinges that I wanted. So I'm going to be custom making a couple of cabinets in the bathroom, other things that I want to stay closed a certain way. So I ordered hinges. It comes with the little bitty tiny screws. I don't know if you can see those little tiny screws. And this is a very small hinge, which I absolutely love how small it is because it's inobtrusive. But this is a type of hinge that can be mounted 2 different ways. Let me hold it up for you. It's very small. As you can see, it's only about 1 inch or so. So this can be mounted side by side like this. So you just flip this around. Hold on, I gotta get it. And this goes down into the slot. So that fits down into the slot like that and latches that way. Or you can have it at an angle to the side so that it will flip down into the slot that way. Let's see if I can get it this way. And it will latch like this. And you can see how it's latched down in that slot. So this can actually be done 2 different ways. It can be done facing each other, or it can be done side by side. The beauty of this is I have so many different cabinets that I want easy latches. And I like that this is just swing it open, slide it open, and it's very small. So it's not going to really stand out. I have a cabinet that's going to be in the living room, and I want to be able to latch it and use this to hold the 2 cabinet doors closed. But I can also use them as the door pull once I flip the latch and open it up. So I wanted something really tiny that wouldn't show up. And these are only about 1.5 inches big. They're very, very small. So it was, I don't know how much this one cost. I think I tore the price. $2.21. I smudged the price. So that was $2.21. Now, keeping with that, I got a bigger latch. This was $2.96. This is along the same lines, but it is much bigger, and I just dropped the screws. So there's your screws. Comes with all your mounting hardware. This one comes in a box. This is along the same lines, but it's a much bigger latch. All right, as you can see, this is like a 3-inch latch, and this latch turns up and down. It's got a little dial, and it clicks into place to hold it. You see how it's not moving? And it clicks down or it clicks up, and it stays in that position because it clicks into place. It has the same type. Let me take it out of the plastic. I apologize for the crinkling. I'm recording on my phone and my phone picks up every sound. So you might even be hearing the fireplace behind me. So with this one, this does the same thing. It clicks down in like that, and you twist it to open it. Or if you put them at an angle side by side, you can twist this down so it fits this way and latches that way as well to hold it. So this one is going on the inside of my bathroom door. I'm going to drop everything today. My bathroom door, as you might recall that I explained to you, is a sliding barn door. My bathroom is going to stay open, which always helps keep moisture from building up. It keeps humidity from building up. It keeps aromas from building up. My door will be covering my pantry. When I go in to use the bathroom and I pull that door across, it'll close off the bathroom. On the inside, this will latch that door and hold it closed while myself or anybody else, a guest, might be in there using the bathroom. So that's the plan behind that. And it's thin enough, as you can see, it's quite thin. It's not going to get in the way of that door sliding back over the pantry, because there is a gap between the wall and the door, because the door is mounted on a track. So there is space between that. And I checked that out when I did a walkthrough of other models that they had at the builder site. And I was able to put a finger between the wall and the door, and I knew this would fit. So that's going to be my latch to keep that door closed from the inside. I think of everything, right? I think I need more coffee. How have you guys been? You doing okay? Mr. Levi and I have had quite the week. I actually fell here at the house in the kitchen. I try to keep this house super clean. It's a beautiful home, as you have seen when I did the tour of the house. And I absolutely love the house, and I'm doing everything I can. I'm cleaning like 2-3 times a week. I'm doing the floors and wiping down the countertops and making sure I keep the trash gathered up. And the 2 bathrooms that I do use, the hall bathroom and the master bathroom, I'm keeping those clean and meticulous. Well, earlier in the week, I had what I call foot mopped the kitchen floor. I just wanted to touch it up, so I grabbed a rag and I got it all soapy and whatnot, and I used my foot and I went around and I cleaned the floor and just make sure that there were no little drips or spots or whatever on that floor, because it's light colored and everything would show. So I got that done and I went about my business, and then I walked back in the kitchen, and as I was walking between the pantry and the island, all of a sudden my one foot slid out from underneath me, but it wasn't zip. It was a really slow slide. My left leg I started to bend into it. In other words, so I got within about a foot of the floor and then boom. So it was a very slow, what I call a Tim Conway fall. If you ever watched Carol Burnett or Laugh-In, where Tim Conway just, and then that's kind of what I did. But I got quite the bruise, not black and blue, but a muscle lump on my backside. And I nailed my elbow. You can still see it's still a little black and blue right here. My elbow caught the side of the pantry. So for about 2 days I was a little sore, but I swear to you guys, Levi was laughing at me, because he came in behind me into the kitchen, and I'm not a screamer. I fell down and went, oh, and that was it. He comes in the kitchen, walks around the island and faces me, and he just stands here in front of me going, I'm like, are you laughing at me? And then that's all I could do. I just sat on the floor and I laughed. And I'm like, okay, well, it's kind of a good thing I still have some cushion back there, if you know what I mean. Good. Yeah, but I'm okay. It's healed. It's gone away. Such is life, right? $2.62. I fell in love with this. I had one of these in Arizona. I left it for the new owner. I hate the sound of the crinkle. I'm sorry, guys. This is a dish cover. This is a splatter cover to go over a dish. And it has 2 levels. There's the first height. This is big. This will cover a dinner plate. This will cover a 10-inch dinner plate. But you can put it over a smaller plate if you keep it low. You see that smaller ring on the inside. If you want to heat up a grilled cheese sandwich or just melt some cheese onto something, whatever, you put this on. It is vented all the way around, and it does have a deep enough grip that even me with my nails, I can grab it and hold on to it with no problem. And then it has the second level for higher things that you might have on your dish. And it's tight to push out. So give me a second here while I work my way around it and I push it up into full position. So there's, whoops, there we go. There's the full position of it. It goes, if I can get it up there, there we go. It goes all the way up into double size. Okay, it goes double the size. I gotta push it up to get it to stay up. There we go. All right, so it's up. 2 different sizes, which I love about this. Dishwasher safe, BPA free. It can also be hand washed, obviously. It folds down nice and easy. And it has a little loop if you do want to hang this somewhere. I don't know if I'm going to hang this anywhere. I don't have a lot of hanging space in my kitchen, but I do have an enormous amount of pantry space. So I will be having a basket for all sorts of lids and whatnot. But I suspect that this will go up in the cabinet over the microwave, because my microwave is mounted under cabinet, and all the special things for the microwave and whatnot, they'll go up there. So very, very cool. Nicely made. Can't balk at the price on this. I'm telling you, $2.62, and it doubles as 2 different covers. Nice, right? Okay, what else we got? Yeah, we got more. And I got more signs. Okay, these were $3.79, and these are 2 door pulls. And I'm going to just open one so that you can see it. It does come with the mounting hardware, which I'm going to be very careful and trying not to lose. Come on, open. Okay. 2 little tiny screws. I'm going to put those right back in the bag so I don't lose them. And this is just the basic black wrought iron handle. This is going on the pantry. Now, I have 2 of them. So I'm debating putting one on each end of the pantry so that I can pull it from one side to open it, or pull it from the other side to open it, or close it across the bathroom, whatever the case may be. Or using one of these on my shed door, or using one of these on my, I'll get it, hold on, my brain had not had enough coffee, on my pocket door to my bedroom. Because when I pull the pocket door across to close it, there's usually, pocket doors are different. Sometimes they have like a little flip latch that's built in the end of the door. You just flip it up so you can pull it across, and then you just literally put your hand on the door to open it. I don't want to keep putting my hands on the door to open it. The oils from my skin will discolor that part of the door. I would rather have this in the bedroom side to where the pocket door maybe doesn't go all the way in the pocket by this little 3/4 inch width, and then have an easy way to open and close it from inside the bedroom. I don't know. But I got a set of 2 just so that I could make that decision, and I'll figure that out once I get into the house and I start using it. But one of the things I think Ryan, and you'll get to see him in one of the videos today. He gave me permission to leave him in the video so you can get to see him. One of the things that he and I had talked about, and he was a little surprised about on the very first time I went down there, is that right off the bat, I told him, no pulls, no door pulls, no doorknobs for the drawers and the interior doors, none of that stuff. I didn't want it. I would select all my own, and I would get all my own, and that's what I'm doing. The only knob that I'm aware that he's going to put on is the front door, which obviously will have the keyed entry and the deadbolt. Beautiful front door too, by the way. Okay, more stuff coming. Holy cow, how much stuff was in his bag? A lot. All right, are you ready for this? Now, don't laugh. Okay, you can laugh. I told you I had more signs coming. This still is not all the signs that I have coming. And because I have ordered so many signs, as I get them, this is the part I don't want you to laugh about, I put them in alphabetical order by what they, I have the hiccups, by what they say on them. Because when I go online and I see something on that card, ooh, I like that, and I put it in my cart, and then I come and check to see what I already have to know whether or not I've already bought it. Because there's a lot. So let's get started. This one I will take out of the thing because I want you to see it. Some of these signs are going to go in the house, and not all of them are going to go on the front porch, and some are also going to go outside the house. They're for the shed. This one's for inside the house. This was $3.81, and it simply says coffee. But it's the two colors of the house. The brown body of the house and this rust-colored trim on the house. And I'm a big coffee drinker. This is going on the brick wall that's going to be, as you come in the front door and you look down the right side into the kitchen, that whole wall will be brick. This is going on that brick wall. It's one of the things going on that brick wall. So it's just a nice metal sign that says coffee. And hopefully when you're looking at these, the words are coming out the right way. They're not being flipped. I did do a test, and when I looked at it, it showed me that they weren't flipped, so I'm hoping it stays that way. But if I see that it's flipped, you don't have to tell me the words are backwards. I'll know during editing, and I will put up a picture from the website that's not flipped. Okay? Before you flip or I flip. All right. This was $4.45. This says fear, F-E-A-R. It has two meanings. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. Now, I also have another one is forgive everyone and relax. Okay? Just, yeah. So I like this. Some of these signs are very pathetic. Others are just funny. But this is one of those that things that make you go, okay, that's fear. Anybody who has PTSD, you know we have that fear flight response, where we get that anxiety and those panic attacks. This is one of the things that, the forget everything and run, that's that fear flight response. But this bottom one is face everything and rise. It's when you start to face your fears, especially if you're prone to panic attacks, and you realize that your fears can't hurt you. You can only hurt you by allowing that panic attack to take over. I've been dealing with this for like more than 30 years. So I've gotten very, very good at putting those attacks to rest before they can get away from me. This one was $5.09. This is the most expensive sign I got, but this made me laugh. I had to get it. It says, I can only please one person a day. Today isn't your day. Tomorrow isn't looking good either. I'm not a people pleaser. That's what this sign should tell everybody. I am not a people pleaser. I don't do things to look good in your eyes. I do good things because they make me feel good. So, yeah. Today might not be your day. Tomorrow might not be your day either. But wouldn't you rather have me happy than on the warpath? Okay, more. You ready? I had to take this out of the bag. This was $3.10. I have said this to many people in the past, and it's very, very true. And it's something that I will be doing. It says, I fully intend to haunt people when I die. I have a list. I know some of you have lists. Come on, admit it. Raise your hand. You have a list, right? Yeah. We're all going to come back and haunt people. And I'm going to start. I'm not actually going to have a funeral, so to speak. I don't want a funeral. Just a party. I'd rather just people have a party and celebrate my life as opposed to mourning over my death, for those that may care to mourn. I just want a single bouquet placed on my ashes, and somewhere in the middle of the party, someone yell, heads up, throw that bouquet, and see who's next. Kind of like at a wedding, right? Catch the bouquet, oh, your number's up. Oh, that's cruel, right? I have a sick sense of humor, guys. Come on. $2.44. This one says, I read somewhere being sarcastic on a regular basis can add up to 3 years to your life. If this is true, I'm going to live forever because I have been sarcastic since I was a kid. And you know me, you've seen a lot of my iron-ons that refer to sarcastic comments loading and sarcasm and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, right? So be sarcastic. Add some years to your life. I get it from Mom. You heard Mom say now she's going to live to be 120 years old. She's the queen of sarcasm. I learned it from her. Here's the next one. This one was $3.83. It says, if you see me smiling, it's because I'm thinking of doing something evil and naughty. And if you see me laughing, it's because I've done it already. So, what's that old saying? Keep them smiling, makes them wonder what you're up to. Yeah. All right, this one, $3.98. Again, a little bit more on the pathetic side. Never be a prisoner of your past. It was just a lesson, not a life sentence. Sometimes you need to burn your bridges. Sometimes you don't ever want to go back to what was back there. Keep looking forward because you don't ever want to surrender your life and your happiness to something that happened before that's over and done. You can't go back and change it. Can you go forward? Well, yeah, you can always go forward, but how you go forward is important. So I look at everything as a lesson. All right. I learned things about people who I thought some people were nice and loving and caring and that they truly did care, only to find out they were very selfish and self-centered, egotistical narcissists. Okay, burn that bridge, leave them behind. It's better to just walk away, learn your lesson. If I walk away from somebody, it's not because you drove me away, it's because I chose to leave you behind. You don't fit in my plans. Nothing wrong with saying that, right? You learn from the lesson. Still got more signs. Okay, speaking of sarcasm, this was $4.97. Sarcasm, now being served daily. This is going on the porch, right? This will warn everybody, right? How much more of a heads up do you need than, hello, I'll hand you a cup of coffee, we can sit down and chat, but you better expect the sarcasm to come. Now being served daily. They had lots of different signs like this, but I like the old-fashioned retro 50s and 60s style of this sign. My community porch is going to be a fun place to sit. Wait till you see some of the other things that I ordered just to go on that porch. I had this whole image in my head, this whole design. I just hope it comes through. This was $3.33. And this one says, warning, retired person on the premises knows everything and has plenty of time to tell it. I don't know everything, but I do know a lot of things. And I'm retired, so yeah, I got plenty of time to sit and chat and spill all my words of wisdom and all my lifetime history and everything I've learned and everything I've done and everything that I got from my mom. And yeah, I have plenty of time to tell it, so be prepared. Okay, one more sign and then something a little different. This was $3.10. Uh-oh, I gotta get this open. This I'm debating. I actually may put this one in the house simply because of the colors and the shape of it. It comes with an impossible bag to open. That's what it comes with. So are you liking my hair this way? I put it up like this today and I said, you know what? This is a great warmer weather look, or when I'm doing things and I want to be comfortable and I don't necessarily need to have a cap on because I'm not going to be getting stuff falling down on my head. So I thought I would try this. So this comes with a hanging cord, and it's simply just a little 3D image, a little heart. Isn't that cool? It's just a tin sign. Doesn't have any words on it. I may put this on the porch simply because it's very outside. It's a different shape than the rest of the signs, so it will break up the rest of the signs. Other than that, I'm not quite sure where I would put it. I could put it on the shed. Let me get rid of that and put this back. It came in this nice cardboard to protect it. So I'm going to put it right back in that cardboard. I don't know. What do you think? I'm thinking shed or front porch, just not in the house. So if there's any of these that you can picture being in the house, let me know. You know I love to get your opinion. All right. This last thing is not a sign. These are rusty metal flowers, and these are going in the bathroom on either side of my bathroom window. Now, I don't know if I've explained to you what I'm doing in the bathroom. You've all seen my vanity. So on the wall behind the toilet and the wall that turns and goes over towards the shower, the bottom half of those walls are going to be white. I think I decided on, yes, they're going to be white beater board or white, I don't know why I can't think of the names of things today. It's terrible, isn't it? Anyway, it's going to be white board. And then coming up from the board on one side is going to be some of these metal flowers. And this is one piece, two pieces, three. There's 4 pieces on this particular board. So there's 4 pieces there. And on the back, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's an 8-piece set. So on either side of the window, these are going to be coming up from the board to frame the side of the window. This will bring that brown, earthy, oil rub bronze color over to that side of the wall, as opposed to keeping everything around the vanity. So that's the plan with these. These are actually wall decor for the bathroom. And wainscot, that's the word I'm looking for. The wainscot that you put on the walls that is individual boards. So that's what I'm going to be doing with these. If I can get them back in the bag. I don't want them to be loose and going all over the place, so I'm going to keep them in their little bag. So for $8.11, I got the 8 pieces, and I can stagger them and put them up any way that I want to put them up on that particular wall, but they'll be the last thing that goes on that wall. The upper part of the wall is still in question. I am debating on whether or not I want to put mulberry paper up there. Now, I don't know if any of you have seen mulberry paper. It's like a parchment paper kind of thing, and it has that sepia color, those browny earth tone colors to it. So I'm going to be putting that up, very possibly. If not, the upper part will get some sort of a textured tan color or sand color to kind of keep the earth tones in there, but allow those flowers to be darker and contrast. So everything will be with the white. The top of the vanity is that white marble with that beautiful white vessel sink. The beadboard or the wainscot will be white. You're going to see pictures of the shower. I mean, we're at 45 minutes already, and I haven't even gotten into the house, the tiny house. And I still have one more thing here to show you. This massive, heavy box right here, which I'm not going to pick up, weighs about 50 pounds. I'm going to put a picture up of what's inside of this box for you because I am not going to open this. I did open the top to look at it and see the quality of it. It is OSB board made, but this is the medicine cabinet or a small wall cabinet to go over the back of the toilet on that wall, on that side wall. It does measure 30 inches across by 30 inch high, and I do have that expanse over the toilet is 36. I wanted something that will fill that wall and give me maximum space. So I'm going to put pictures up here for you so you can see it. I love that it has that barn style sliding doors on it, but it is in that antiquish white. It's a white, but it's not a bright white. It does have As I said, the doors that slide back and forth open. It's only about 7 inches deep, so it's not going to stick way out. It's not going to stick out any further than the tank on the back of your toilet would stick out, and that was the whole idea. And it does have a towel bar underneath. Now, I may not use that bar for towels. I may use it for decor, for some greenery or something along those lines, something different. But I don't plan on hanging any hand towels or bath towels on it. So that's what I got. The price will be down below. I think it was like 60 some odd dollars. But to me, it was worth it because it was the perfect one that I found to go with the bathroom. And these sliding doors on this, my bathroom closet, which is my broom closet / linen storage, I am going to custom make doors to match these doors, which it's pretty easy to make a simple barn door. It doesn't really take a lot. It doesn't have to be heavy. And I might even be able to find them pre-made for the right price. I don't know, but that's the plan. All right, now, are you ready for what's going on just around the corner? We got to get into this, guys, because this is going to be an 1.5 hour long video. So I went down to the builders and had a nice conversation with Ryan. We went over everything. He took me directly to my new home. And when we walked up to the front of it, I'm like, this is mine? I never expected them to have made as much progress as they've made in the past 2.5 weeks, something along those lines, about 3 weeks. So the first thing you're going to see, the first video you're going to see is the unfinished porch. In other words, you're going to see the flooring and you're going to see the posts, but that's all you're going to see at this point, because the porch gets finished when the rest of it outside gets finished. But of course it has to be done along the build because it has to support the roofing structure and whatnot. So the first little clip you're going to see is the porch. So take a look at the porch. I've got to document everything, you know. This is my front porch. She's looking big and beautiful. It's roomy. It's 13 feet wide by 8.5 feet deep. Plenty of space. The only thing that's going out on the porch at this point is I do have an outside rug that's going to go out there. I also, which will help keep things from getting tracked into the house, if you know what I mean. I do have a chest, a storage chest, that's going to be going out there to hold certain outside things and extra things. And I have an antique table. That's it's a Formica table with the steel legs. A lot of our grandparents had them as laundry tables. I have that that's going to go out there for now until I get something else that I want to put on the space. But that's what's going to go out there for now. So I'll have a little seating space with a little table out there, and it'll be perfect. So that's the porch. Now I'm going to take you inside for a walk through the house. This is my first time stepping through what will be my doorway and going through my home. Now, when I first step in, this really tall, handsome dude that you see over on the right-hand side, that is Ryan. And when I was previewing to edit these videos, I contacted him this morning and said, hey, I got to ask you a question. I said, look, I caught you in one of my videos and I need permission to put you in there. Well, I'm not quite up on his sense of humor yet. And he's very serious. And he says, well, you'll have to send me a release. And I'm like, and he starts laughing. He goes, I'm kidding. I'm just busting your... He got me. Because I'm thinking, wait a minute, that's backwards. Shouldn't he be sending me a release? I don't know. But anyway, he said, no, he has no problem with that. So that gentleman that you see in the beginning, very tall, 6'4" at least, that is the Ryan that you've heard me speak so fondly of, my little gentle giant. So as we go through the house, you're going to see the living room, the kitchen, the bathroom, me stepping into the shower. And as we step into the bedroom and I'm looking at the cubby where my laundry machine will go, I scan that wall and I want you to watch for it. You'll see a metal track up in the wall. All right, that metal track is for the pocket door. That's going, because that's the only metal that's up in the ceiling for any kind of door. That's the metal for the pocket door. So take a look. at the house. All right. Walking in my front door for the first time. Oh, I love you got all this craft paper on the floor. Front wall. Oh, those windows are bigger than I thought they were. I'm going to have to measure. Nice. Nice space. Yeah, I really like this. Speaking of measuring. Pantry. That's the plumbing for the shower. The back wall for the shower. That's the L shape in the pantry. Okay, perfect. Bathroom door. This little space here, this will be the closet slash cubby storage in the bathroom. Nice. Shower. Yeah, that wall looks really good. Nice and bright. I like that. I'm going to step on it.
Break it.
Hey, I bought it. If I break it. Plenty of room. Room for two in here. Love it. Nice little window. Checking out my neighbor's house next door. Somebody else getting a build done. Love it, love it, love it. And over here will be the toilet. And here's the plumbing for my vanity that will go here. Nice header. Got it. So that in the corner now, that's the feed for the refrigerator.
Correct.
Right, for the ice and water.
Sink.
That's the drain for the sink, and the dishwasher will tap into that from the side. Kitchen window. I'm not going to record any people without permission. My cubby. This I have to measure. This is for the laundry unit. There's the drain off to the side. Nice work, guys. Really nice. Lots of storage above. Gonna love that. Lots of storage. Bedroom closet. Plenty of room. 7-foot closet. Plenty of room. You guys already saw my California closet setup that I got to put in here. Bedroom wall, I'm guessing that's about 6 feet. I'll measure it out to be exact. Nicely insulated. And my big back, what will be the sliding patio door. Blue nail sheetrock all the way around, which I will finish on site myself. Really cool, guys. It's exciting, isn't it? It's just seriously exciting. Wait till you see what he sent me this morning for pictures too. I'm like, ah! All right, so after we did our walk around, I took measurements of everything in the house. And I have a whole list of measurements, which I unfortunately don't have in front of me. But I can give you a rough idea. For example, on the windows in the living room, I thought they were one size. It ends up being that these two windows combined are 70 inches across. That's almost 6 feet across by 60 inches high, which is 5 feet. So 6 by 5 is a massive amount of light that's going to be coming in. My back door, which is going to be a sliding glass door, is a standard 72 inch. And that little sidewall next to the sliding patio door runs about 40 inches. So I thought it was 36. It's just a tad bigger than 36, which bigger is always a bonus, right? The same thing with the cubby where the laundry machine is going. My laundry machine is small. It's only 24 inches deep and about 24 inches wide. And that cubby runs roughly 30 by 32, somewhere around there. Don't quote me. But it's a little bigger, so there's a little bit of space on each side. So if I did want to shift the machine a little more towards one side, I would have room to slide my little step stool in there. And I'm going to have 6 feet of space above it to put shelves in. So I have lots of storage over this unit. So I'm very, very happy with that. So I hope you enjoyed that walk around. Now, in the house. Now, I walked around outside the house. we climbed out of the house, which was a lot easier for Ryan than it was for me, but I did manage. And I think Ryan was impressed with my ability to climb on trailer hitches and whatnot, and metal bars, and not use stairs, and just boom, boom, boom up into the house and reverse that and come right back out. I'm pretty agile for somebody who's almost 70. So he kind of was a little surprised pleasantly. And I always like to surprise him because he's always surprising me with something that makes me smile. So works out, right? Okay, so we took a walk around the outside of the house. And again, what you're going to see in this video is you're going to see all those metal bands that I talked about. You're going to see how under the porch, it's all open because that's a porch, right? But then all of a sudden, everything is closed up and you don't see anything because everything is sealed and insulated underneath. You can walk around and you can start to get a feel that how big this house really is. From the front of the porch to the back, it's 40 feet and it's 13 feet across. It's a pretty good size. As you come around to the kitchen side of the house, right under the kitchen window, when I take the camera down so you can see the tires underneath, you're going to see two things. The first thing you're going to see is a pipe coming down, and you might want to pause the video so you can check it out. But you'll see a pipe coming down with a shutoff valve on it. Well, that eventually is going to get tucked up. It's not going to stay hanging down. That's the feed for the house. That's the main water feed that will connect when I get to the site. It's put there in the kitchen because that's where the on-demand hot water tank is, in the kitchen under the sink. And they always bring the feed up into the house through that on-demand, and then it feeds every place else. So when I wasn't sure what that was, Ryan clarified for me, and it makes perfect sense, especially that fact that it has a shutoff valve. The other thing I want you to know is when you're looking at the tires, if you look under the tires on the floor, you'll see a steel track that has other wheels, little wheels on the side of it. This is so they can maneuver the house. They can literally take this house and move it side to side, or moving it back way. They have to slide it through the factory somehow to get it from point A to point B as it goes through the process of build. So remember, as I explained to you, these houses are built in sections. It starts with the steel foundation and the floor, then the interior walls, and the exterior walls, and then they start insulating and doing the plumbing and the electrical underneath, and all that kind of stuff gets done. Everything is in sections. It's all in a certain order. They have their own poop list, the priority order priority order of projects, so to speak, of plans. So they have their own list. So we'll take a full walk around, peeking underneath. Everything is closed up. Loving that.
I'm glad you pointed out them bands on the video.
Yeah, I love the fact that these bands are that extra bit of security to keep everything from shifting. There's my bathroom window way up there. Very, very nice. Triple on the corners. Okay, I thought it was double on the corners, but it's actually triple on the corners. Nice and sturdy. Loving that. Big back door. Lots of light. Should be looking good. There's the under, in case you guys were curious about the wheels. There's her wheels. She'll be rolling down those on the highway, but she won't be sitting on them once she's in her home spot. Kitchen window. Yeah, she's nice and long. Looking good, guys, looking good. Now, after we walked around the outside, Ryan started taking me to the other end of the building, and I'm looking, and all of a sudden I look up and I see these workers are putting tongue and groove inside a roof. So in other words, the trusses and everything of the roof have been built, and it's all assembled, and what you will see is the moisture barrier, and then you'll see the tongue and groove, the knotty pine tongue and groove going up over the top of it. What I didn't realize when I'm first looking at it, all of a sudden Ryan says, "That's yours." I'm like, "That's my ceiling / roof." I was thrilled. So obviously immediately I started filming. So you will see that look. I filmed on one side of it so that you can see the roof. Now what happens is, again, because everything reverse engineered, it's done from the inside and then the outside, you've got the plastic moisture barrier going up, and then you've got your tongue and groove. But on the outside, then once it's in place, they'll insulate the roof then, and they'll put the sheeting over the top of that to close it off. So again, it's in steps, it's in sections. Now pay attention though. When I go down the other side of the house, if you look up on the top, you'll see this big yellow metal thing. And if you follow it all the way to the back, you'll see it's on a pulley system. I didn't notice that when I was recording this, but I noticed it when I started editing. And Ryan explained to me, that's the device they use to literally lift the roof and put it down on the house. And then that holds it in place so they can move it and shift it and get it lined up perfectly, and then anchor everything and put the hurricane ties on and secure everything down to the body of the house. Can you imagine the weight on that thing? I mean, that roof is 40 feet long. It goes from the entire front porch to the back of the house. And of course, you've got some overhangs, some eaves on either side. I was just floored. So take a look at this. Check this out and pay attention to those things. Pause the video if you need to. Okay guys, this is my roof. Hurricane ties on this, braces. There's the tongue and groove that's going on my ceiling. There's the top. Look at that. It's a thing of beauty. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me look on the outside over here. There's my roof, guys, going into place. Getting built before it gets set up on the top of the house. That's crazy, right? That's absolutely crazy. He's going to send me, I asked him, but I know I didn't have to ask him. God bless him for putting up with me. But I did ask him, I said, look, when they're ready to move that, could somebody please shoot a video? Not just pictures, but a video of that thing actually in motion, being lifted and brought over and put on the top of my tiny home. Because that is just something that you don't get to see. Other builders don't show you that. Other builders will show you, oh, there's the trusses that are already built on the top of your house, and they build them like a traditional home, so to speak, where they just get on ladders and they build them and yeah. No, PBS does it better as far as I can see, and as far as my opinion, they do it better because it's completely separate from the house. It gets built strong, reinforced. You don't have to worry about anything happening below you in the house while you're working above. It's a big safety element for all the contractors that happen to be working on the house, is that they are not dangling or hanging off of things like a regular construction person would be. So there's a lot of safety measures that PBS also keeps in place. And I saw that as I walked through the house. I didn't show you a lot of the people on purpose, but trust me, they had safety goggles on, they had ear protection on, some of them had ear protection on, they were dressed properly, proper safety footwear. I mean, you could tell that this is a safe work environment. And all the employees were so dang happy. Everyone, as I walked through, some of them were singing to music that was going on, others were just talking to themselves or talking out, but everybody was focused. When we stepped into my house, there were 3 people in my home working. And there were at least 50 or more people all around the building working in some of the other homes that are under production. And there are quite a few that were under production. I think I saw at least 4. three, maybe four in addition to mine that were in all different stages of production. So it's very, very cool to be able to watch this. And I can't thank PBS and Ryan enough for allowing me to share all these details and everything with you. I've watched videos like crazy from other builders, and none of them take these steps that PBS takes. None of them even allow their homeowners to be as hands-on and involved as they're allowing me to be. There was even another home purchaser, and she happened to be a draftsman, like an architect. She's a draftsman. She drafted and drew up her own plans for her tiny home, and PBS made it happen. You can't get any more custom than that. All right. I didn't need to do that. I just needed to tweak. I took like two of their models and my thoughts and put the three of them together and tweaked it into my tiny home. But that's something that nobody else will really do. But PBS does it. PBS actually enjoys helping you make your dreams come true. And that's what they're doing for me. When I left there yesterday, I cried all the way home. I took the long way home. I took the scenic route instead of the highway. I came up what's called Route 31. And it's farm country, where you've got dirt on the roads from the tractors, and you can see the tractor marks, and you can see the cow prints going across the road from the mud. And it was wonderful. And I was just weepy all the way home because I was just so happy. So anyway, that's the majority of what I did yesterday. Now, what I got today, unexpectedly, all of a sudden, I get pictures coming in. This morning, they installed the shower walls and the shower door. Now, yes, they still have to put the plumbing fixtures in. They still have to put the faucet control, the water control, and they have to put the shower head in. But they put in the walls, they sealed it up, they put on the glass door. So I'm going to pop some pictures up here so that you can see it. Yes, it is a faux marble look. It's 3 panels. It's a kit. It came with the 3 panels. It came with the pan, all right, and it came with the glass door. And the glass door is reversible. I had them put the glass door in so that it's hinged on the back wall by the window. That way I can stand in the center of the room and open the shower door. And as you saw in the video you looked at a little while ago, I stepped inside that shower and I went like this with my arms out. And I had plenty of room. I didn't connect with anything. Lots of space. I love it. It's the perfect size. And it just gave me so much extra space in the bathroom for storage. So that's the shower so far. And as you can see, the sign on the door says, do not open, because they haven't finished doing everything they need to do as far as the squaring it off and putting the handle on it. And then, of course, you know they're going to have to secure it for transport so that that door doesn't swing open and break. But that's what they did already just this morning, before noon. So the rest of the build on the house now is going to slow down drastically because now they're really getting into the meat of the house. And I'll give you an idea of the things they still have to do. They have to, number one, run all the electric. They have to install the breaker panel, run all the electric, connect everything to the breakers, install the breakers, install all the boxes that get, the electrical boxes that get mounted to the studs, and then within those boxes run the wiring, run the switches, run the outlets, the receptacles, the data connections, in other words, the connection for the cable TV and whatnot. They have to run all that stuff and cut through the sheetrock and put everything in place perfectly where it needs to be put into place. So all that will get done. And the beauty of them not having sealed off the outside yet is they can actually cut through the outside into the inside and place them against the studs without miscutting the sheetrock, right? They don't have to worry about, oh, did they put those electrical boxes up first and then have to put the sheetrock around it? No, right? They do it the smart way. They put the sheetrock up and then they come in from behind and go, okay, I got to mark my hole. There it is. Cut through and voila, piece of cake, right? I love that. I absolutely love that. So they have all that to do. They have all the plumbing they have to finish running. Like little things, to me it's a little thing, but it matters. It's like putting the flange in Everything in for the bathroom, toilet. Getting all the pipes, the shut-off valves and everything for the kitchen sink, and making sure they have all that stuff ready so that when the cabinets go in, they can just connect all their plumbing. All the drains have to be set up. Everything has to be pressure tested to make sure that everything is sealed completely. They have to install the HVAC unit on the back of the house, and that gets mounted to the back, to the side wall next to the sliding glass door. That'll be off to the side of the sliding glass door. And that will run the 2 mini splits in the house. So I'm going to have a mini split in the bedroom, which is the heat and air conditioning that's mounted up on the ceiling, or well, up on the high wall towards the ceiling. And then another one in the front in the living room. So between the two, I'll have good airflow, and both those bedrooms will have ceiling fans. That's another thing. When they drop this roof on the house, that's something they have to do, and maybe they might do that today or Monday. When that roof gets put on the house, then they have to, again, from the outside in, they have to start running the recessed lighting, because there's recessed lighting throughout that ceiling, including out on the front porch. There's light out there as well. So they have all that to do. So they have the lower lighting, electrical receptacles, outlets, the upper lighting, all the different connections they have to do. They have to take all the jacks for the cable TV, because I don't have smart TVs. I have to have 3 jacks in the house, 2 in the living room, 1 in the bedroom. All those jacks have to be put in and run down through the floor. And then when I get with my cable company is going to have to come in with a 3-way splitter so that they can pull all 3 of those together and feed them out into the line that's going to actually connect to the cable company. So just a heads up, I might not have cable service for a while, but I will have the ability to use my phone for recording and doing videos. So I won't be completely off connection. So after that's done, then think about it. Then they have to insulate that roof, and they have to put up all the exterior sheeting to get everything closed in. They have to do the doors and the windows, and the fit for these windows is so tight. It's not like a traditional house where you have like maybe an inch on each side. These are precise measurements. So a little bead of caulk around it is all it's going to need. It's not going to need a big insulated factor, because there isn't going to be any gaps. And any gaps they will take care of. And if I do feel any air coming through those frames, they'll come out and take care of it. They'll amend that, because these houses do come with warranties, right, which is a good thing. So doors, windows, then they have to finish the interior framing. So once they get all these electrical boxes and whatnot in place, then they have to finish closing up any inside walls. They have to finish framing inside the pantry with the shelves, close off the back wall of the closet that's in the bathroom, so that it separates it from the pantry. So in other words, if you have the pantry door open, you can't reach in and around and into the bedroom closet. They have to put that dividing wall up there. They have to also finish the plumbing to connect the shower, as I said. They have the exterior surfacing to do, which means they have to paint the outside of the house. They have to paint the porch. They have to put the hog wire and the screening up around the porch. They have to put the screen door on. That's another thing they have to do. They have to put the cabinets in and then connect all the plumbing that's in the cabinets. That includes the vanity, the kitchen cabinets. They have to put all the appliances in and make sure, you know, that everything is working. Check the power, check the water, make sure there's water in the refrigerator that's making ice, and make sure there's water in the sink, and just do all the tests that they have to do. So now it becomes a much slower process, because it gets down to, as I said, it's the nitty-gritty of the build. So I don't expect to get a lot of updates from Ryan. As I get them, I will share them with you, and I am anxiously awaiting. Now that I've walked through, and now that the walls, the exterior walls are up and the interior framing is in place, I can get a better feel, and I got a better feel for the size of my home. The bedroom is basically, it's 10 by 10. And that's not counting the closet space. So just the open space was 9 feet, 11 and 2/16 or 3/16 inches. So it's basically 10 by 10. Plenty of space for my furniture. The L shape in the living room, because I did the L shape in my kitchen, they mirror each other, but I have plenty of space for my little bit of furniture, a nice size porch, a good sized bathroom, same size as what the house that I came from. So I could not be happier at this point with how the progress is going. And we're still on schedule for the house to be finished somewhere around February 14th. Now that's kind of hard to imagine that it's another 2 to 3 weeks, but wow. I mean, that's considering how many other builds that they're also doing, and they don't skimp. It's just because it doesn't take a long time doesn't mean that they're cutting corners or skimping, because PBS does not do that. And that's another reason why I've been so hands-on, so that I can see for myself that corners are not being cut. I also was introduced to several of the people involved. I was introduced to one of the managers. I'm not even going to try to remember everybody's name. I met Kevin, I met Anthony, I met a couple other people, but everybody has different jobs, whether this one's in charge of inventory. In other words, where are my cabinets? Where are my appliances? He knows what's come in for my house. He knows what's ready to be installed, what's here, what they're waiting on, when will it come in, all that kind of stuff. Someone else is in charge of the follow-up warranty work. So when the house is delivered, he's going to be the go-to person as I walk through the house and I see that there's something that needs to be done or something that wasn't done. He's the one who's going to take care of all the warranty work. There's another person who, I mean, I can't even count how many things are coordinated. There's another person who strictly coordinates what's next on the job. What person, what staff member, what craftsman is going to be working on what part, who's working on what house on what day, and what are they doing in that particular house. So all the scheduling, there are a lot of what I call the bees, and there are a lot of the bosses, but the bosses don't cross each other's territories. And I love that, because that gives you more specialized care and a more specialized build, where you don't have one person trying to multitask and handle everything. You have dedicated teams. Okay, this is it. This is what you do, and that's all you do, and don't worry about anything else. You know, this is the person you report to, and they will coordinate for what needs to go on. I love it. The communication within the company is outstanding. The communication that I've had from the company to me is incredibly outstanding. Ryan is either always calling me with questions or clarifying things with me or taking my calls, or we're texting back and emailing back and forth. He loves his job, and I love that he loves his job because it makes it nice for me. But anyway, wow. So there will be more to show you. I have 4 more Temu orders sitting behind me over here on the floor, and a couple more that are going to get delivered today. I may try to squeeze out another video on Sunday, not sure, but I'll try to get one more in before the end of the month, and I know that's not too long from now. I can't believe January's almost gone. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, please be sure to give me a big thumbs up, share it, make sure you watch and get it out there so others can watch, because it's your views that help my channel going and growing. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please. You're going to learn a lot about tiny homes here. You're going to learn a lot about Temu. You're going to learn a lot about a lot of stuff, I hope. And as you know, I am your advocate, and I'm always here to answer your questions or help you with as much as I can. And if I can't help, I will do my best to point you in the right direction to somebody who can. So as always, remember, stay hydrated. Coffee is my choice for today. Above all else, please stay sweet. And I will catch you soon with more Temu and more tiny house. Bye.